We're here today at Zero Proof Beverage House to taste, rate, and give away a bottle of the most coveted and hard to find non-alcoholic beer on the market. We've got the Gravitas VI. We're gonna give it a shot. It is a bourbon barrel-aged stout. I'm here with Logan from Zero Proof Beverage House. Let's give this a go. This is seen as the most hard to find NA beer. Comes out on Black Friday, and it's only available for about an hour or two before they sell out. So let's give it a shot. Give it a sniff. What do you smell? I smell maple syrup and chocolate.
Yeah, I get a fruity note. So I get the maple, I get the chocolate, I get touch of vanilla.
Yep.
I get I don't know if it's like a cherry or like a date type kind of fruit note. There's a little bit of that kind of bourbon tinge, I think, on the back end of the nose.
It's there.
Almost like burns a little.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
And Gravitas. Gravitas 6. This is the 6th rendition of this beer. And actually, this year, not only do they have the bourbon, they've got a brandy barrel age option as well, which we will taste after the bourbon. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, I think texturally it's there. It's not too syrupy, but it's also got enough weight that it's truly a stout. I think
it's not thin.
It's not thin.
No.
More of that maple for sure on the palate, on the flavor. I'm getting the bourbon, almost like an oaky, tannin on the back center of the tongue that's kind of dry, and the bourbon tends to show up for me after I swallow the beer.
Yeah.
It's kind of breathing out.
I tried this 2 days ago, and when I described in my kind of quick review was I'd smell the bourbon flavor or the aroma, and I taste it in a little bit of an aftertaste.
Yeah.
And I think it's unique because you get the sweetness and the full flavor texture in the middle of the experience, and then at the end you kind of get that almost like alcoholic burn, but without there's no burn, but you get that essence of bourbon, which is kind of unique.
Yeah. And Gravitas is coming from Bravis Brewery. We're undecided how we're pronouncing it. Comment if you know. But they started in 2016, kind of the first true NA craft brewery in the US. They're out in California, and staying on that trend of currently the first and only to put out a barrel-aged non-alcoholic offering. It is hand-bottled, hand-filled, hand-labeled by the owner and his small team, so made in very, very small quantities. Like Jared said, limited allocation and release. This is the 6th year they've done it, 6th iteration, and then of course added the brandy option in this year to have 2. This is a direct-to-consumer beer, so you can't find it on retail shelves. You got to buy it direct out of the brewery, and they limit the purchasing to 2 bottles a person.
And we're giving away a bottle.
But
first, we're going to give this a rating.
Okay.
I am going to take one more drink.
You got to give me the rating scale.
So my rating scale: 1, wouldn't buy it again. 2, buy it on sale. 3, I would pay full price. 4, I would go drive 2 towns over to buy it. And 5, I'd buy it to stock. This one, because of what it is, I'd buy it to stock, which I did. I bought 4 bottles. That was the limit on what I could buy. It's a 5 out of 5. It's so unique. It's special. It's hard to get. What do you think, Logan?
I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 as well. And I think I'm trying to be discerning in the rating and go up against, this is special, and I know the scarcity, the rarity, the special opportunity to have one and taste it.
Yeah.
But for all the NA beer drinkers out there, the watchers of the channel, followers of our brands, putting it up against kind of other NA stouts that you can find, it still holds a 5 out of 5 for me. I think the nuance and depth of flavor, dimension of flavor, earns it that rating, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think there's just the unique level of what goes into this beer and all the stuff they throw at it with the process, the ingredients, the time I'm sure it takes to create it.
Yeah.
There's not much else out there like it. There's nothing else out there like it.
Yeah.
And now we try something that is like it. The sister, the Brandy. I wish maybe just pouring. We're pouring.
I think we pour.
All right. Brandy Barrel Aged Stout from Gravitas number 6. Well, this is really the number 1 for the Brandy.
Number 1 for the Brandy.
They've never done this before. So let's see what it's all about.
I think also noting that, you know, color, clarity, like it's holding a decent head, but you get that good tan sort of delineation from the dark beer.
Yeah.
Rich, not super translucent.
Yeah. I think we should plug the giveaway before we dive into the Brandy. So we've got a really cool opportunity for you as a viewer, either of this on YouTube, or maybe you got linked to it from the Instagram post on Zero Proof Beverage House or the non-alcoholic aficionado page. Logan, what do we got?
All right, so all the things, it's all about entries. So we are holding back 1 bottle of each of Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout, Brandy Barrel Aged Stout. And what we're looking for entries is subscribing to this YouTube channel, commenting on this video, linking over to our Instagram pages, liking, sharing, commenting, tagging your friends that are into NA beer, or if you won this, maybe someone you'd want to drink it with.
Yeah.
All of these are in entry points. Unlimited amount of entry points throughout the month of dry January, and then on February 1st, we are going to announce the winner, and they can choose either the Brandy barrel or the Bourbon barrel and get a free bottle of Gravitas 6th edition. Really exciting stuff. We're excited to give that away. So follow along, like, share, tell your friends. And you don't have to live in the state of Minnesota. We have pickup available, but Zero Proof now being online with website sales, we can ship to anywhere, and we will get in touch with the winner and find out that address if you're outside the state. So best of luck to everyone.
Cheers to the giveaway.
Cheers to the giveaway.
Did you smell it?
I haven't smelled it yet.
Oh,
So Brandy now.
It's got like a fruit note to it, like cherry.
It's cherry.
Cherry is there.
Sure.
I wonder if there's cherry in the ingredient list.
It's like chocolate covered cherries. It's like decadent dessert.
It doesn't say anything about cherries, but there's natural flavors, which can mean a whole host of things. So we'll see.
All right,
cheers.
we're going in.
The Brandy. Ooh, I get vanilla and cherry. It's
yum.
It's a little sweet.
It's a little sweet, but that finish again, you get that like oaky, kind of dry, and it keeps it from being cloying.
Yeah.
Like this could so easily be like a syrupy, cloying beer, and it's not. It's tame. I mean, it's a rich, definitely like an after dinner dessert pour.
You wouldn't want to drink more than one. It's just an experience you'd want to like kind of cap the night with.
For sure. And I think even, we had these chilled down. Bravis does recommend kind of keeping these bottles in the fridge until you're ready to drink them. And so I think as they come up in temp a little bit, even in the glass, you're starting to get a bit more of that texture, a bit more of that brandy or bourbon barrel component shows up on the flavor and the aroma.
Yeah, I had previously, before this video, tried the bourbon just to sink my teeth into it and kind of get an idea what it was about. Hadn't tried the brandy yet, and they're very different. They've got similar ingredients. They both have maple syrup as one of the adjunct ingredients, and they both have coffee, but they're so different. Like the bourbon's more kind of smoky. The brandy is a little bit more kind of like oak kind of
oaky sweet.
Oaky. Yeah, it is sweeter. And that cherry essence is there. I'm assuming that's something to do with their ingredient of natural flavors. They probably put some type of fruit note in there.
There's like a wine note, and like traditionally,
like a cab.
Yeah, traditionally brandy is, or not traditionally, but brandy is a fruit-based spirit.
Sure.
So typically brandy is produced from distilled wine.
Okay.
And so in that, they're using kind of a brandy barrel, you know, to age this. And we are, you know, the other thing about Bravis is they're very, they're outspoken about not using arrested fermentation, not using vacuum distillation in like dealcoholization processes, but developing a proprietary to them process in creating non-alcoholic beers that, you know, has followed through into this, you know, invention of the bourbon barrel aged or barrel aged series for them. And so retaining a little bit of that kind of wine note from the brandy barrels, which
that's solid.
I enjoy.
And I think you're kind of plugging all the cool things Bravis is doing. You told me about a half an hour ago the owner makes this beer, right?
Yeah,
that's so cool. What?
So
that's so unique.
What's his name? Brian, I think, or no, Philip Brandis is the owner and founder of Bravis. And he, I was reading an article a few days ago about Gravitas and kind of what it means to him. And he really, you know, just wants to make really great tasting beer and not targeting any one sort of demographic, just good, delicious beverages that everyone can enjoy. And with that on Gravitas, and why part of the reason why it's such a small production is all hand labeled, hand bottled, hand capped by Philip and, you know, his small team. And with that on like hands-on approach, he feels like he can once a year, you know, thankful to the customers and the fans of Bravis to really get like his hands on a product, you know, that's not just running on the canning line.
And the cost is there because of it. This is $160 worth of beer with these 4 bottles. And from my perspective, being a non-alcoholic enthusiast, it is worth it. Like to have 2 hours a year to sink your teeth into something like this and then experience it with someone else and put it on camera or just have it on, you know, New Year's Eve or a special occasion. You know, you'd easily spend $40 on a bottle of wine if you're like a big wine person. So why not have it as an NA beer if that's your thing? Like, it's my thing. And
and my thing too. And I think, and having cheers to Bravis for sure for giving us, you know, non-alcoholic beer enthusiasts an option, right? Totally. An opportunity, because this definitely in the alcohol beer space, this is a sought after category, right? Yeah. These limited releases, these barrel aged stouts, these kind of one-off, you know, unicorn beers, and to create even more of a unicorn in the fact that it's NA, and no other company in the NA space or brewery in the NA space has created something like this. Maybe they will.
It'd be cool if they did. I think there's a brand out there that does a barley wine. I think it's Self-Care.
Okay.
I want a non-alcoholic like barley wine, or you know, I think actually right there's a Imperial IPA. I want like some like super hoppy forward strong beer that's de-alked down.
Yeah.
Get that full flavored experience without losing mouthfeel. I think that'd be cool. Like,
I agree.
And I think some of those unique things you'd had that I had when I used to drink alcohol.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see, you know, other breweries in the NA space, Go Brew, Sober Carpenter, you know, Below Brew Co. Like, they're doing double dry hop now. Seems to be like a standard add-in to the SKU set. And with, like you were saying, with Best Day coming out with the Galaxy Ripple, the Imperial IPA, I think we'll see more of that, you know, like more of let's pull these from all the styles and try to create really good versions in the NA space.
Definitely. Let's give this one a rating. It is different than the bourbon. It's very good. It's not different in a bad way. They're just both so unique. But as Logan mentioned, the process, the labor it takes to go into this, the exclusivity, unique, you know, unique everything about it. 5 out of 5. Can't rate it anything different. I would buy up the stock if I had the opportunity, which I did already. Explain that. 5 out of 5.
I'm 5 out of 5 too. I almost think that they're both so good.
Yeah.
I like the brandy barrel
Really?
a little more.
I'm gonna pour a little bit more.
I just think there's that based on the special occasion drinking experience, that like back end kind of wine note. I really enjoy
I feel like
it.
this one has a better bite.
Yeah, there's
Do
a
you
little
get
there's a
that?
little more bitterness to
Yeah,
it.
it's there a little bit more, like on the tongue. It's some good stuff. So with that reminder, get active on the social, get active on the comment train, post, share, like, subscribe, do whatever you got to do to get a bottle of this, because there's going to be some people interested. I posted about this happening, and there was already some people like, whoa, you're giving away a bottle of Gravitas, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for the posts and whatnot.
Yep.
And
we'll have links. Yeah, so we'll link from this video to
in the description.
In the description to both our Instagrams, any aficionado, at 0proof_NE. It's Northeast because we're in Northeast Minneapolis. And then, yeah, it's subscribing to the channel, liking on both our pages, sharing, commenting, tagging friends. All of that is entries, unlimited. And so we're going to keep track throughout the month and tally them up and announce a winner on February 1st.
Cool. Well, cheers to dry January. I know your shop's going to be popping for the next month and hopefully beyond. People realizing that you've got, 500 SKUs here? 500
SKUs,
wow,
and we've really honed in on the beer section. You know, I'm searching. We talk all the time. You know, exchanging photos of beers and things like that. But really keeping our finger on the pulse of new NA beers, new releases from tried and true favorite breweries and things like that, and building a really great kind of destination craft beer section.
And everything else. You've got like 30 feet of THC beverages down there. You've got the spirits. You've got the mixed drinks. You've got the wine. You've got the adaptogen. If you're in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, or anywhere nearby, and you like non-alcoholic offerings, you got to hit up the shop. You'd be surprised what's available and what you maybe didn't know was an option. So cheers to Zero Proof, cheers to Bravas, and cheers to you subscribers that are out there watching this content, and thank you.
Thank you so much.